This is a Neal Fox. It was created in 1947 in Brooklyn, New York. But as you can see, it still has many good years left in it. It likes to create things. It creates songs that make people think. It creates songs that make people laugh. It does not like to create songs that make people shake their booties, although it sees nothing wrong in watching said booties. It creates videos and funny little cartoons and spends too much time wondering what the world would be like without politicians and lawyers. It doesn't like to conform to what is currently popular, and so the numbers of people who appreciate it are few and slightly odd. It doesn't require much to keep it going. Just some pizza and an occasional "better boy" from an admiring fan. So if you can put up with its odd behavior and don't mind being made the butt of jokes by your friends and family, please subscribe and push the cute little bell thingy to get notified every time the Neal Fox uploads something new. Thank you for your time.
Don't wake me up.
Well, hello. Can you guys hear me? Is everything cool? Is this thing on? Is this thing working? This is a very special night. I'm just waiting for a few more people to show up. This is awful. Anyway, I can see comments on YouTube. I don't know if anybody's commenting on Facebook yet, but this is kind of tech hell for me, so we'll see what happens. If I don't get to answer your questions, then I will do that after the show or tomorrow. But welcome, bonjour, welcome to my night. This is a very special night, a very special evening for me, the Neal Fox. In case some of you don't know who I am, I'm Neal Fox. I'm a composer and a filmmaker, and everything that you see and hear tonight was done by one man. Unfortunately, he can't be with us tonight, so just kidding. But no, it was done by me, and I'm Neal Fox, and I identify as myself, and that's it. So it's going to be a fun night. If you got any questions, I can see some of them. And hi, Sarah. Hi, Shingle Bell, Robbie. Hi, Robbie. Hi, Naomi. Oh, I know her. I sleep with her. Don't tell anyone. Jam the Signal. Hi. This is cool. Seems like blue unicorns present. Forced altruism. I almost said forced autism. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Anyway, so here we are. I'd like to let you know before we start the evening's festivities, and refreshments will be served. You know, YouTube and Facebook, they have a way of censoring certain ideas. So I figured out a way around it, because if you say the wrong thing, the wrong concept, the wrong person's name, the wrong political party, dare I say, you will get demonetized. And since I'm making money hand over fist on YouTube at the moment, I figured I'd come up with a way to avoid this unfortunate transaction. So anytime I feel like saying something about them, or mention Fauci or anything of that nature, instead of saying the word, I will push this button. And that will remind me, don't say it. So, and also once in a while, you know, I'm a red-blooded American man, so occasionally I get pissed off and I will say a swear word. That will also get me demonetized. So anytime I'm thinking of a swear word, I will push this button here. There we go. So we're just about ready to get down to it now, and let's see if there's anything new on the horizon. All right, everybody's cool. I might as well get started with the first song. This is, by the way, an album I've been working on for over a year, and I've released singles from time to time. But this is the first time I'm putting the whole thing together and releasing it as an album. And there will be also some things that has never been seen before tonight. So I hope you have a good time. I know I'm going to have a good time as long as the tech gods are with me. And I guess we can get started now. So here's the very first cut on the album. It's called Unhinged. And if you feel like saying anything funny, or if I do, just remember, that's all I got to say. Well, wasn't that special? I liked it. It looks like you guys liked it too. Hey guys, I saw Four Fingers is here too. Solari, hello guys. Good to see you all. This is a little toast. Okay, it's not wine. We'll figure out what it is later on. Terrible, terrible. This next song has a little bit of a story behind it. It's the second song on the album. It's called "Insanity Was Throwing a Party." It was inspired by the protests, mostly peaceful protests in the U.S. and other places, but it was kind of interesting. The protests, they were protesting the killings and things like that going on in the U.S. and it was run by there was an organization called Black Lives Matter, which is different from the concept of Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter Inc. is actually a Marxist organization that wants to do away with capitalism and free enterprise and all the good things that make it possible for them to protest. And you can check that out online. I'm not giving you any here. So the thing is, at the end of this song, very few people realize this. I made it a little more obvious in this version. At the end of the song, the protesting that you see on the little television is something that would happen in Hong Kong. This is before the communist Chinese came in and did their dirty work. And people in shopping malls would all of a sudden break out into song, and they would be singing "Glory to Hong Kong." Unfortunately, the communist Chinese put an end to that just a few months ago. Yeah, that's what I got to say about that. But I thought it was an interesting juxtaposition between the people in our country who have freedom protesting and trying to do away with free enterprise and put in Marxism, and then the people in Hong Kong who were free and trying to be more like us, and they were protesting Marxism. So anyway, here's Insanity Was Throwing a Party. Hope you like it as much as I liked doing it. It was really fun creating this one. Here we go.
Voices drawing so near. You're not welcome at this Just history repeating. They gathered around a campfire, burning books that they never read, planning their hidden agenda, planning the numbers of dead. No light in their eyes, their souls have been bled. Insanity was throwing the party, while all the good folks went to bed.
By the way, I did say refreshments would be served, so excuse me. Good. Well, I hope you liked that. This next song is a song that has never been seen anywhere before. The only person that's seen it is my my focus group in the other room. My wife Naomi, you see her down here. Yeah, it knocks me out too. Hi, Nate. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Andy. Hi, Four Fingers. This is good. I like this. By the way, I'm getting reviews now. They're starting to come in, and this is blowing my socks off. I mean, there wasn't a sock left standing this morning when I was reading it during breakfast, and we're supposed to be getting some more reviews tomorrow. We'll be posting them on YouTube and Facebook. Let's see. Any popcorn time? Yeah. This is actually working. I can't believe it. Let's see. If anybody has any questions for me or anything, just throw them in there. If it doesn't go by before I see it, I'll certainly answer them sometime between today and tomorrow when the show is over and I can get my marbles back. This next song, as I was about to say, was really, really a lot of fun. It pokes fun and it says a lot. It's like a laundry list of just all those things. So if this doesn't get me kicked off YouTube, nothing will. It's called Fishy, and it goes something like this.
We got Nazis calling everyone a Nazi, scared as college kids trying hard to not see bullshit flying like pearls across the internet. what to say and put the truth to bed. We got perverts sitting in the higher seats. Only the criminals can walk the streets. The government forced you to stay inside. Can't pay respects to the ones who died. So tell me now, what's that smell? It's coming from the screen like a stink from hell. The lips are moving, the face is squishy. You can talk some shit, but it sure smells fishy. Oh, it sure smells fishy. Voter fraud, insurrection, taxes high, fake injection, racist cries, spread the hate, brainwash kids then mutilate. Justice is blind, deaf and dumb. You got enough cash, you can get yourself some. Now I can go on, but I might sound bitchy, cause between you and me, something sure smells fishy. So tell me now, what's that smell? It's coming from the screen like a stink from hell. The lips are moving, the face is squishy. You can talk some shit, but it sure smells fishy. Fishy. It sure smells fishy. 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 Whoa, fishy. I'm talking about 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 fishy. So tell me now, what's that smell? It's coming from the screen like a stink from hell. Lips all moving, the face is squishy. They can talk some shit, but it sure smells fishy. Fishy. It sure smells fishy. 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 Whoa, fishy. I'm talking about you.
Welcome to the first annual Fishy Awards. This year the competition was high, but there can only be one winner. The envelope, please. I'm so nervous. It's a tie. The winners of the first annual Fishy Awards goes to the corporate news media.
Good evening. 150 days since the worst single act of political violence since the Civil War.
The 1/6 attack for the future of the country is a profoundly more dangerous event than the 9/11 attacks.
January 6th was worse than 9/11.
January 6th was, in effect, a second kind of civil war.
Worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.
The worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.
The most serious threat to our democracy since the Civil War.
Why should our soldiers be fighting radicals in a civil war in Afghanistan? We've got our own on Capitol Hill.
Good night. See you next year at the Fishes. Wasn't that something special? I love that song. I was dancing all the time I was creating it. Excuse me a second. This is quite a night. And this is not wine. I figured out what it is. It's unsweetened cranberry juice. That would explain the look on my face. Anyway, what do we got next? Well, let's see. I think it's time for a commercial. Don't we all love those things? Just a little quick mention. This here shirt, if you can see that, let's see. It's an Unhinged shirt. Selling it in my shop, or otherwise known as a shoppy. And you can buy that, and for a limited time, we are going to give away the album for free if you buy this shirt. That's a $10 savings, marked down from $300. And if you want to know where to get this stuff, watch this. That's so cute. I love that. I made that. Anyway, that's that's where it is. So buy the album, buy the shirt. You can stream it too if you're short on money. Just go to stream it to Spotify. But go to this right here, and you can sign up for my mailing list. And one last thing. In about 2 or 3 months from now, this being October 17th, I'm going to be creating an online course in music production. So if there are any budding producers out there or people who are already producing, want to learn some extra tricks, this will cover all the basics, and it should be fun. I'm going to use this album to show you examples of how I did what and all that. So it should be an interesting course. And if you want to be notified when the course is available, you can go to here and sign up for my mailing list. How's that? That's pretty slick. So what do we got next? That's it for the commercial. Thank you. This next thing here, we've all heard expressions like, lives matter and lives matter and lives matter. I thought there was another expression that should be used, and seeing all the destruction and what was going on with all these various slogans and mostly peaceful protests. Yeah, that's why I wrote this next song. It's called Truth Matters. So give it a listen. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Let's see. It's got to be one of these buttons. Let's try this one.
I took a walk through the promised land. I saw the signs, tried to understand the broken glass beneath my feet, the broken hearts lying in the street. One sign said peace with an upraised fist. I searched my mind for what I missed. I passed by houses, charred remains. Another sign said, break your chains. I tried to see beyond the lies, beyond the news that money buys. A cause that claims we have your back. Another sign said white or black. The garbage spewed from stage and screen. A fire set, some words obscene. The war was fought and some lay dying. A child was shot, a mother crying. placard, torn in tatters. A ray of light, still not too late. One lonely sign said, truth matters.
Yeah, I suppose it does. I mean, that's what matters the most to me. I'm sure if you came to see this album, I'm sure it matters to you guys as well. This next song should bring you up a bit. We've all, well, I don't know if we've all heard about CRT, critical race theory. I should have gone like this. Critical race theory. It's a theory that's being taught in corporations and schools, colleges, and basically it's one of the most racist things that I've ever seen being taught now. And luckily, parents are fighting back when they're starting to find out what's going on. But the thing with CRT and why it's so evil, Martin Luther King said, you should judge people by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. You know, in the 1950s, there were 80% of the people in the country did not approve of mixed marriages or mixed relationships. By the 1980s, 80% of the people approved of mixed marriages. We've come so far, and that was 40 years ago even. So to say that we have systemic racism now, and to see everything in the world as being racist. The thing is, this CRT, they're teaching that if you're white, you're racist, period. You could be an infant, you're racist, and you're an oppressor. And if you're black or brown, you are a victim, you are the oppressed. And they're teaching this to 6-year-olds. So basically what they're saying is, to hell with Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela. We're going to judge people by the color of their skin, not by the content of their character. And I thought that was pretty insane and very vicious. And luckily, many parents are showing up at school boards now and they're demanding to get rid of this. Anyway, I wrote a song about it. I wanted to show that it's not true. There is good in us. I didn't mention CRT by name because I wanted it to reach a broader audience. But you'll see what I mean. This is called The Good in Us.
Won't you tell me what you see? Oh, are you a slave or are you free? We must open up our eyes long before we turn to dust. It's not hard to see the good in all of us.
Okay. That is one of my favorites. I hope you liked it. And by the way, for some of you people who arrived lately, you missed out on the refreshments. So, here you go. All right, moving right along. You couldn't possibly go through the last couple of years or longer without having some stomach trouble over Facebook. So I thought I'd write a song about it. And let's see. This is a letter, a personal letter to Facebook. So, oh, thank you guys. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Solaris. Thank you, Mark. You tell me how to say it. Marquise Artistic? I should have been French. Hello, Tree Nelson. Bill, hi. So anyway, here's my tribute, personal letter to Facebook.
Dear Facebook, hope you're doing fine and life is treating you well. I have this one thing on my mind and I just have to tell you now. I don't wanna be alone, I don't wanna be a nag or bother, but Facebook, take me back. I can't get you on the phone, is it possible that you no longer care? What have I done to you? I live my whole day through never wanting to upset your algorithm, never trying to be headstrong. Did I upset the status quo, no longer with them? Did you not want me all along? Tell me, where did I go wrong? I gave you all my data and all my money too. You said you'd call me later. Why did I put all my faith in you? But Facebook, take me back. I got no use for my phone. I've been waiting for a human to answer. Facebook, take me back. I've been lost and so alone, and you've been treating me like I'm the cancer now. I asked you what went wrong. Your AI's oh so strong. You said you'd check into my case in the form letter. Then you left me in the ozone. You said my views were much too fake and you knew better. And then you left me all alone, left me hanging by the phone. My patience is wearing thin. I don't think I'm out of place. Here's how the end begins. Do you remember MySpace? take me back. I don't wanna be alone, I don't wanna be a nag or a bother, but Facebook, take me back. I can't get you on the phone, is it possible that you no longer care? Facebook, take me back. Oh, Facebook, take me back. Facebook, take me back. Ain't gonna say it. Oh, Facebook, take me back. Never gonna say it again. Dear YouTube, hope you're doing fine.
Wow. That one just knocks it out of the park. What do you think? Anyway, good to see you guys. I'm glad everybody's talking and chatting it up. This next one is kind of pretty serious. You know, we have this problem down at the border, and it seems like there's a lot of criminals coming across, as well as people just looking to make a better living, and that's the main problem. And this song I actually wrote a while ago, but I thought it was very appropriate because of what's been going on in the last year or two. Human trafficking is a major problem. The border crossing, it's not just drug cartels that are coming in and average people that are just looking to get a better way of life for themselves, but there's no way to vet them right now, and our beloved president is just putting them on buses, letting everybody go wherever they want to go in the country. So my problem is with the human traffickers, and this is just one song I wrote a while ago about human trafficking and one way that they find their victims. So it gets a little serious, but I'll lighten things up again a little later. So anyway, if I could find the right button, here we go. Talk to you in a minute.
She was 13 when her childhood would end. Only 13 when the curtain fell on that day. In her mind, she only needed a friend. She was loved, though she never saw it that way. Most days were not so happy for her. Problems her parents wouldn't understand. They hoped that things would be as they were before the situation got out of hand. You're my girl. Came like a flash on that day. At 13, she'd leave all the pain behind. At 13, she could at least run away. At 13, that was all she had on her mind. He said,
Hey girl, do you need a place you can stay? You look lonely. Let me wipe the tears from your eyes.
He knew all the right things to say. At 13, she could only fantasize. All she thought was she'd begin anew, unaware he was cold as ice. At 13, she didn't have the vaguest clue. At 13, he could raise the market price. Her parents never gave up the dream. For years they kept searching for their only child. No matter how hopeless the future might have seemed, they prayed somehow she was still alive. And one day, despite fear and threat, there came a tip from an anonymous friend. They found her beaten and abused and filled with regret. But they found her. Now she was home again.
Yeah, that was hard to write. You know, when I do one of these music videos, it usually takes me about a month to do them, and the amount of research that goes into it just to come up with the right things, I have to wade through probably 50 times the crap that you see that ends up in the video. You know, when it's a serious subject like that, it's really takes a lot of walking around the block to feel better about it. But hopefully, maybe the song will do some good. Who knows? Anyway, let's move right along. We're getting closer to the end here. Just a little bit left. Let's see. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Jonathan. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Jan. This next song is about another very serious problem. Some people think the whole, you know, and it's hard to, you know what I'm talking about, what's been going on the last year and a half. Some people think that the whole thing is just a setup for the Great Reset. If you don't know what the Great Reset is, it's a program by the World Economic Forum, and they want to create reset. They want to push the reset button on the whole planet and create a whole new economy. They want to reset everything in your life. And their main slogan is, you will own nothing and you will be happy. I don't think they surveyed that one. These people are sick. This is nothing more than communism, just plain and simple. And they're trying to get it pushed through, so we need to be aware of that, and that's why I wrote this song. This song, I put it in a sort of a kumbaya type of setting. I wanted people to sing it around the campfire and tell their children what they did after the war, mommy. You know how that goes. So here it is, and it is After the Great Reset.
We've lived through the pandemic, been choked to death with lies, taught our hatred was systemic, with our burgers and our fries. But have no fear, the elite are here, no need to fuss and fret. They've got the answers, it's so clear. We need to be reset. After the great reset, all of our troubles will be left behind, thanks to the folks so humble and kind. Our life is good. After the great reset, after we've all been saved from ourselves, everything's cared for by little elves, just like it should. After the party's over and I'm all tucked in bed, I'll be a pig in clover, nothing to cloud my head. After the great reset, no one will have to yearn to be free. Everyone wins, it's called equity from up above. Thanks to the new world order, we'll never be alone. No private homes, no borders, nothing to call our own. And we'll be happy after the great reset. There'll be no hate and there'll be no war. There'll be no causes worth fighting for, just peaceful harmony. Everybody sing! After the great reset, all of our troubles will be left behind, thanks to the folks so humble and kind. Our life is good. Let me hear ya! After the great reset, after we've all been saved from ourselves, everything's cared for by little elves, just like it should. After the great
Yeah, that was after the Great Reset. By the way, I take requests as long as it's the next song on my list. I'll do it. I'm having a ball drinking this. It looks like wine, but it's not. I just go through hoops trying to make you guys entertained. It's not wine, it's unsweetened cranberry crap. Cranberry. Okay, so thank you, Joe Dan. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, let's see who else. Bill. Pantheon Gay. Well, you know what it is. I'm sorry if I get your names wrong. I'm really not good at that. Every morning I wake up, I have to go, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me, Neal. That's it. This next song, moving right along here, I want us all to remember, this is something I also wrote a while ago, but I thought it fit perfectly for this particular album. Now that they're taking freedoms away, well, since 9/11 they started doing it wholesale, but with this and that, they're taking more and more freedom away quicker than anything. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I've been around quite a few decades. Nothing like this has ever happened in my life. And I was in high school when Kennedy was shot. That was a shocker. Anyway, I think we have to all remember, once they take away freedoms, they never give them back. We're going to have to force their hand and force our hand and make sure we get our freedoms back. So this is a little reminder about what human rights are all about, and no government could take them away because they didn't give them to us. So there. So, you know what I'm saying? All right, so this song here is an award-winning song. It's been in many film festivals. I hope you like it. Here it goes. You Have the Right.
You have the right to believe what you believe. You have the right. It's a natural part of you. You have the right to soar above the clouds and reach new heights. Any dream you can pursue. You can stand like a beacon in the night and be free to dream what might. You have the right to create what you conceive. You have the right to possess the things you own. You have the right speak up even in the darkest night. Even if you stand alone, when it seems like there's no one else in sight. One soul turns on the light. You have the right.
Doesn't care to look like me. He's bowing and praying to a God I never see. But he's a good man, a right man with respect for you and me. No matter how strange to us, he has the right to be. There's a girl about 5, I don't remember her name. She might be still alive, she might not look the same. You see, slavery never died, it's alive and well. The slavers don't believe in rights, they come straight from hell. We mustn't look away, I know it's hard to do, but she's everyone's child, it's up to me and you. Tyrannies never last when people take a stand. The message will be telecast, we're taking back this land. The biggest ones will cower as we cut them down to size. They keep on getting smaller when we look them in the eyes. Know your rights, you can walk in the sun.
have the right to protect the ones you love. You have the right to gather and express and bring to light to the thoughts you're thinking of, and the dreams that we dream are in our sight. For these truths we'll stand and fight. You have the right to be free and live in peace. You have the right to protect the ones you love. You have the right to gather and express and bring to light to the thoughts you're thinking of, and the dreams that we dream are in our sight. For these truths we'll stand and fight. You have the right.
I woke up today to find the world was infected by a very contagious disease. People were walking around trembling, breaking into a cold sweat, their eyes glazed over as if they were in a hypnotic trance. Their faces were covered with masks. No one would come close to me. No one would greet me with a hug. If they were smiling, I wouldn't know. Even the children had this disease, and they suffered the most. I searched the internet for answers. I found doctors being silenced for their opinions. I was told to follow the science while thousands of scientists were being blacklisted and told to shut up. This was an epidemic worse than any physical disease. This was an epidemic of fear. I saw governments rounding up people, separating them into camps. I saw police beating up old women. I heard things that just didn't make any sense being promoted by experts. The worst symptom of this disease was that you lost the ability to see things rationally. Those infected believed what the news people told them. Even if you still had the ability to think, what you could think was controlled by those profiting from the disease. Thankfully, there is a cure, but it's a hard pill to swallow. The first step is the hardest, admitting that you may have the disease. The second step requires a re-examining of everything you've ever been taught. It takes persistence, it takes courage, but it's guaranteed to work. Things may look scary and bleak for a while. It may be the hardest thing you ever had to do, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. Fear is the disease. Truth is the cure. This last song is dedicated to all those who are still looking for the truth, no matter how much is thrown in their path.
Only a few find the way. Some don't recognize it when they do. Some don't ever want to.
I'm not crazy. My reality is just different than yours. I wish creatures wouldn't be so easily offended.
do I know what's right or wrong? How do I know what to do? Traveling that road is hard and long. When does the end come to view? I'm cold, I'm tired. It was my innocence they stole. Though it's courage you lack, you can never turn back. After climbing down that rabbit hole, now he's telling everyone that will listen. He knows that there's a few of them at least. They tell him all his great matters missing. His teachers and his girlfriend and his priest. The moral of the story, if there is one: think hard before you dole out what you keep. Be careful when you share your heart-fought wisdom. For some, that rabbit hole goes way too deep.
That depends a good deal on where you want to get to.
You will own nothing, and you will be happy.
Who in the world am I? That's the great puzzle.
You will own nothing, and you will be happy.
You will own nothing, and you will be happy.
And you will be
Off
happy.
with their heads.
Off with their heads.
Off with their heads.
Off with their heads. It was almost normal for people over 50 to be frightened of their own children.
I stand and I stare at the cold night sky. My feet finally back on the ground. I speak to the wind, but there's no reply. With everything hung upside down, I'm cold, I'm tired. It was my innocence they stole. Though it's courage you lack, you can never turn back. After climbing down that rabbit hole,
I've just been informed by my engineer that there was no sound. I made such a beautiful speech, you have no idea. Anyway, I'll go through it again. I just wanted to thank everybody for supporting me, for coming here tonight. Anybody who supported with a little bit of, that was even very much appreciated. This whole thing has been a real treat for me, and I really appreciate you being here. So the best thing you could do if you want to help out is share, subscribe, and share some more. Follow me on Spotify, as it says down below. I don't want to be a YouTube greeter. And tomorrow I'll have all of these songs up on in high definition, up on YouTube and Rumble and other places. So thanks again. Love you guys. And except for a couple of faux pas, that was almost perfect. See you guys. Good night.
Everybody say